Welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest here at the Just Acting Up show. Let's applaud this young man, Brandon Rush, in the building. Come on.
Thank you.
Man, what's
on
up?
The show?
Man, appreciate it, man. We have to get you on the show because it's like we looked through the stories and everything else on IG. We saw that you have some type of energy, and we're like, nah, we gotta get this brother on the show, man. We got to, man.
Oh man, thank you, fellas. And I appreciate the support. You guys reposting my stuff, man. Like that, I appreciate the love. I really do, because we gotta stick together, man. We can all work and work off each other and get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Nothing but love, bro. Nothing but love and respect, man. So we
absolutely.
Yeah, man. Hard work, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Okay.
First question, like we always ask every guest come on here, the most important question: what got you inspired on your journey to your acting career? What happened? How did you start?
All right. Ooh, that's a good one, man. So I'm a kid from Virginia originally, right? And being from Virginia, dude, I don't know East Coast. I don't know anybody that's ever done acting before. And since I was a child, man, my dad was taking me. Dad and my mom would take me to the movies. And I'd always this is how cheesy I am. Like, I get myself really into the movies. So, like, when I had to use the bathroom, I'd act like I was in the action scene, like running out to the bathroom. They were so foreign. And from there, me and my brother used to always, watch TV shows. And I picked this character, I picked that character, and we literally act out the scenes. So what ultimately led to me going from being a kid and, just want to be an actor and all that kind of stuff, which I don't know anybody that's an actor in Virginia, was when I was in college. I went to the University of South Carolina. Go Gamecocks. My girlfriend at the time was the captain of the swim team, and I went to visit her in Maryland at University of South Carolina. And her parents, I was watching movies with her family in the house at Christmas time. And I was just telling them, I was like, man, I really love acting. And the dad was like, if that's something you really enjoy, Brandon, you should go after it. That's something you should do. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking about either going back to get my GMAT or going forward with getting either getting my GMAT or maybe looking into acting. And I used to take my grandparents to dinner every Wednesday in South Carolina. And I told my grandma, God rest her soul, I told my grandma, I was like, hey, Grandma, I want to be that thing on TV. And she's like, what's that? I'm like, I want to be an actor. And she's like, you can't be no actor. But, she's from the super South. She meant well. She definitely meant well. So I went out and I called my mom. And I told my mom, because I was upset. I went outside and said, Mom, look, Grandma says that I can't do this. My mom says, baby, you can do anything you want to do in this life. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. So I literally stopped studying for the GMAT. I looked up acting schools, one that I could afford. And I saw there was a school that I'm not going to mention. And I saw they had a touring date. And I auditioned for that. I ended up auditioning for that school. And I got into it. And they had a school in New York. And they had a school in L.A., and I chose the LA one because at the time, which would have been around 2008, TV was mainly in Los Angeles, man. And New York really only had, at the time, was New York Law and Order, like SVU and Law and Order Original. And pretty much everything else was Broadway. So that's why I chose Los Angeles. And a teacher of mine also said, hey, that's the hardest route to go because it's so hard to book credits in LA. So I like difficulty. So that's why I ended up going to LA.
Nice.
Cool. Hopefully that answers everything on that end.
Okay. No, you'll be amazed. Like with our interviews, we ask them that, then everybody just goes off, and everybody's like, "Did I answer your question?" Yeah, you answered perfectly.
Okay,
this is about you.
Okay. And also want to say that my dad, God rest his soul, man, he died of pancreatic cancer last year. He just, oh my God, he's my hero. He and my mom were so supportive in getting me out to LA. They were with me 100% on doing that. So they both are 50-50 with as a couple or family, supporting me. Yeah, so I just want to mention my dad as well.
Man, rest in power, your dad, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. He's it's tough sometimes.
Yeah.
But
now you have a BA in communications and broadcast journalism, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And so do I. How was that?
Okay, from where?
Texas Southern University.
Yeah, man. Yeah, nice. I like that. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I was just gonna ask, how was that what you learned in that field translating into the acting world?
You're gonna love this. Actually, I have videos of it because I guest speak at University of South Carolina. I'm actually going again. My professor asked me to go back on Monday to talk to some classes. So for me, how that translated was I basically learned kind of the business, how to do my own public relations, how to be my own manager, and how to get my name out there, and how to even I'm not sure if you guys see my videos, but I cut all that stuff together, like the music, the synchronize it, and a lot of times if you pay, and even the words that I use a lot of times in my song, it goes along perfectly with what I want or the feeling that I'm trying to portray. So with that, basically, with how that helped me just in those avenues where me kind of planning what I had to do, it's helped me out to be able to market myself. It's helped me to be my own PR person. It's helped me to even networking. And I always wear my University of South Carolina gear everywhere, like on sets, on airplanes. And I've met people through that. Everybody knows me, even in Los Angeles, as the South Carolina kid. Like, even though I'm from Virginia, they're like, yo, that's that Gamecock right there, because that's our mascot. Mm-hmm. So it is beyond helped me with just being able to just break barriers, because the acting is a business. It's not just the acting part. It's a business overall. Right. So it helped me to be able to tackle the business part of it. And then one of the first roles I did was Green Hornet. And my first role was playing a news anchor, which I had to use a teleprompter. This is all stuff that I learned in school. So it just went right into it. And I remember when the casting director asked me, she's like, "Hey, Brandon, do you have any footage of that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've done live reporting all through school." My professor, Randy Covington, he had me out there doing reporting, like live reporting and all. So it's just like, by God's good grace, this is all worked out to where like my degree is the first role that I happen to do. Mm-hmm. And I've done like news anchor since then, and TV I can put on the television voice, if I have to.
Yeah, communication definitely prepares you for that hustle and bustle.
It does, man, and being in front of people too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you play some pretty physical roles. Do you have a strict diet that you can? What does it consist of? Because I'm in the process of bringing sexy back.
Okay.
I'm bringing it back.
I hear that.
I need to know, me personally.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what I did, man. So when I first got out to LA, I mean, one of my best friends tells me I was like 225, like Yoke City, like not to be fooled with. I mean, I'm a chill dude, but I was just like super working out all the time, trying to, be as bustler as I could be. Just because like people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, those are kind of my guys at the time that I would look at. Just from like growing up, that's kind of what I grew up around, trying to be like that action hero type. But now it's more for me, like carbs, dude, for me are killer. Like if I eat carbs, I work out a lot. I work out usually 5 times a week. That's what I try to do. Mm. If I eat carbs, I'll get bigger, but because I'm trying to like trim down, I cut out all the carbs. So the only time I eat carbs is when I'm down south, like visit my mom right now, and she feeds me everything. I'm like, "Mom, we gotta chill on this," because I'm trying to. It's easier. Like in college, man, I can eat Chick-fil-A sandwiches every single day and not gain a pound. But now it's like, man, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. So I eat a lot of salads, man. In the morning, it's always like a scramble type omelet. I don't use any cheese, so I like turkey a lot. You use turkey or ham, but I'll put like onions, bell peppers, mushrooms. That's for breakfast, usually like omelet. Then I usually try to eat before 6 or before 5, and I usually do salads. Is it the most delicious thing? No, but summer's around the corner. You said you're trying to bring sexy back. Yep. Got to be suns out, guns out. So, I cut all the carbs. So basically just salads and shrimp. I eat a lot of shrimp because like I'm kind of allergic to like regular fish. So shrimp is what I kind of stick to. Shrimp and then chicken. Now they got the air fryer too. You guys got air fryers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's my whole life has changed. Like seriously. Man.
Yeah, that air fryer is so funny because it reminds me of my coworker when he divorced his wife. He said he left the air fryer because I guess he was in middle of it. So he said, "Yeah, you know what? You could just have the air fryer." And he got on the freeway and he turned back around and said, "No, I'm about to take this air fryer." I need this air fryer.
Yeah, man, it's so easy to make meals off of that, man. So, but yeah, so that's what I kind of stick to. That's actually hilarious. The air fryer was his baby, man. I mean, they're not that expensive. Sometimes they have sales. I look for sales, fellas. Like $78. Amazon. I get a lot of things off of Amazon. So, but yeah, man. So basically salads, dude. And then if I do have a cheat meal every once in a while, like it'd be spaghetti. Actually, the only time I really have carbs is whenever I come visit my mom. Yeah. Or if I'm on a date or something.
Gotcha. Because you want to relax a little bit. So, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you got to pad the stomach sometimes.
Yeah. I completely understand, man. So what is that? So when Brandon isn't on set, what does Brandon like to do for fun, man?
I'm a bit of a dork, man. I'm like a sweatpants movie night kind of dork, bro. I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of movies. Play video games if I have my video game systems. Like right now, I left it in LA, so I don't have it right here right now. But
what's your favorite video game? What's your favorite game?
All right, are we talking RPG? Are we talking shooter?
I'm talking about role playing action with a good character.
Okay. Ooh, dang, that's tough, man. Because we got Resident Evil.
Come on, man.
Fable. Hold on. But Fable back in the day. I'm not sure if you guys know the first Fable.
Oh yeah.
And then Halo, man. So that's actually Skyrim, bro. If I could go with something, it'd be probably Skyrim.
Come on.
Okay.
Nice.
The thing is, I love video games, bro. Like Halo, Skyrim, Fable. They released that new Zelda Link game, whatever. That looked kind of cool too.
Yeah.
But I like them all, man. And then obviously the RPGs. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I guess we're on now, but I need to get one just to play. I played that zombie game where you're on a motorcycle and
Days Gone.
Dude, that game's awesome.
Yeah.
That would probably be my favorite game if I had a PS5, but my cousin has one, so I play on his system.
Yeah, nice. I like this guy right here, man.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Thank you. Thank you. I like you guys too, man. We'll have to do this more often. And hanging out with my friends, man. Like, I'm a big people person, so I have a lot of friends. Like, very social. I always like meeting new people because everyone has a story to tell. So because I travel a lot for work, I mean, man, I lived in the airport for 3 years, literally. Building my career up between Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Miami, New Orleans. I'm going to say that already. Virginia, South Carolina. I was everywhere, like literally just flying for work. And so spending time with my friends is important. A lot of them have kids now, so I'm Uncle B. I'm like the cool uncle. I think the kids might like me a little bit more than some of their aunts and uncles, but it is what it is. So they always like when I'm around. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. Now, is it true you auditioned for Dr. Dre on Straight Outta Compton?
I did, man. Yeah, I did. I auditioned for that in Los Angeles. That was I don't even know when that movie came out, but I auditioned in Los Angeles for that at I believe it was Riley Studios because it was right next to Paramount. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with LA, but Paramount Studios on the left, and there's another studio right next to it called Riley Studios. I auditioned for Straight Outta Compton right there.
Oh, well, I was going to say because, I actually ran into Corey Hawkins in New York late last year.
Oh, he's a good dude.
Real cool, man. And I thought it was funny. And I was like, wait, time out. You auditioned for that. And then I was looking at, how.
Oh, I worked with him.
Well, you worked with him before because he was on 24. Yeah,
man. And we have a picture on Instagram if you go way down. We have a picture up there.
Did you get a chance to tell him that you auditioned for it? That you auditioned for?
Nah, I didn't.
Man,
he ultimately got it, so and he deserved it, and it was beyond deserving of it. Yeah, but he was just Corey was cool as could be, man. But yeah, I don't really. If I've worked with somebody before, I mention that, but I don't really mention what I auditioned for the most part. I mean, within that case, like, hey, Corey, we're working together on 24 Legacy. Oh, and by the way, I auditioned to Dr. Dre too.
Right.
And he'd be like, well, did you get it though? So
I thought that was pretty funny. 'Cause I was like, wait, I'm like, oh snap. And yeah, he's a really cool guy. I met him at
man.
It was a stage play that him and Yahoo Abdul Mateen was in.
Okay, nice.
And I met both of them afterward. It was a really cool moment. I was like, wait, what the? And spoke to him, chopped it up with him. He's like, man, I like your last name, Joffrion. And I did that whole, man, we're gonna work together one day, bro. And then it was just funny.
I believe that, man. I fully believe in that, and that's good. And you should say that. Like I say that to a lot of people. I won't take pictures with certain actors or actresses because I'll be like, you know what? I'll wait till I'm on set to take pictures with you because I'll see you at work. Because you got to put that. You got to put that out there, man. I fully believe that. Because this might sound cheesy, but I also make vision boards. So I take TV shows I always make. I don't do New Year's resolutions. That's not me. But I always do goals that I'm trying to reach. Yeah. So I make resolution boards, or I make goal boards with shows so literally, I'll have to send it to you guys. But I had back in 2017 where I was like, hey, I'm going to move to New York. I'm going to establish my career there. And here are all the shows. I think I put like 8 or 10 shows on there. Power was on there. Blue Bloods was on there. Gotham was on there. All the Chicago PD. And I literally ended up auditioning for all those in my first 6 weeks.
Wow.
So it's like I believe in visualizing. That way it always keeps me on track with like, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm putting that energy and my faith in that. And I trust the guys to make me, guys going to help that work its way too.
Yeah,
little side note.
Love it, man.
I think you guys should do the same, maybe.
Yeah, no, we do. Yeah, I made my list late last year of the shows. I'm like, yeah, this. I don't know how I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it some kind of way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. It's just and it's tough. You gotta put yourself out there. I always believe that my thought process with everything I post is that someone. Sorry, I touched my head because I'm like thinking. Is that someone is going to see it. I never know who's watching because you guys know who J.J. Abrams is, which is the biggest story. So I was working at 3rd Street Promenade at a place called Barney's Beanery. And I'm working with a bunch of actors in there as well. I see J.J. Abrams walk in. I'm the only person that knows who he is because I do my research. I'm always doing a lot of research into people's stories too. And I see J.J. Abrams. I'm like, Mr. Abrams, like, I love your movies. Like, he's with his daughter, who I believe is an actress now as well, or a singer. Doesn't know. And I was like, Mr. Abrams, I'd love to work with you sometime. And he straight up asked me, he's like, Brandon, do you have your demo reel on you? Ooh. And I was like, oh my! I didn't have anything at the time though. I just had all I had was like Young and the Restless, which is a great show, but all I had was that. But I didn't even have that on CD. But because of that is the reason that I always put my stuff online, just in case a moment ever comes up that I can just be like, hey, here you go, boom, bam, there it is. I have that.
Yep.
Send off. So he gave me the email of his casting director actually that day, and he's like, hey, send over your stuff to her, which is what I did. And that casting director was April Webster.
Nice, smart, and that's a good tip for all our viewers out there as well too. That's in this acting world. Have your ish ready just in case.
You never know. Yeah, you never know. And also, I did a lot of background work as well. And I told you, one of the things I do, one of my hobbies as well, is looking up actor stuff, how they got wherever. Bryan Cranston said how he started in background, and Harrison Ford, it took him 15 years to get to where he is now. To get to where he was back then.
Right.
So it takes some time.
Yeah, it's definitely a journey. Let me ask you, you've been a part of some popular shows and films like Mayor of Kingstown, 911, and Maverick, just to name a few, right? So what's been the most, I guess, fun or crazy experiences that you've had on set before?
The crazy experience, actually, this is one to prepare everybody because I didn't see it coming the first time, and it's happened a lot. To tell you the truth, I mean, I do a lot of cool stuff. I wish I could talk more about Power, but I can't, which is going to be like game changer for your boy, like game changer. But so my first time working on the Green Hornet, like they're setting up this new shot. One of the ADs comes up to me, actually either AD or writer producer. She's like, hey, Brandon, this is my first thing, so I'm nervous as all get out, man. I've never been so nervous in my lifetime. We're shooting at Sony Picture Studios. I believe Christoph Waltz, I believe his name is, 2-time Oscar winner from Django Unchained.
Yeah.
He's on there. So she comes up to me. She's like, Brandon, you're an actor, right? I'm like, yeah. She's like, good. Here's a 2-page script. Outside, memorize the dialogue. You're coming inside and you're filming it in 15 minutes. That, if you're going to talk about full on, yeah, exactly. If you're going to talk about full on panic mode, but I didn't have time to be scared. I just had and I've been calling my mom nervous all day about everything, but that really put me on board. So I go outside. I'm like, oh my God, I have to get this. Or it is what it is. Right. So I go outside. I memorize the dialogue. I come back in. I actually knocked it out of the park, which I thank God that I knocked out of the park. But I thank the actor that was there who actually had the dialogue because he had, I think I was pulling in for somebody in that one scene per se. Mm-hmm. But he knew the dialogue. So he's like, hey, you know what? Let's run it a couple times back and forth, which is why I always love to do rehearsals with actors on set. Like any actor, and I put actors as both male and female, or if you want me to say actress, I can say actress.
Gotcha.
But we started running. I had the paper in my hand. We ran it a couple times, then put the paper down, and he's like, hey, let's just run it back and forth. And that's what helped us to just sort of be kind of like practice if you ever played sports, like I played football and basketball and track. But it's kind of like practice, like going back and forth. That way, by the time it was time to film, we were already there. It's already like, I guess, in muscle memory. So that has happened numerous times where literally I've had dialogue change on set have had dialogue new dialogue pop up, and like on a single situation with new dialogue popping up has happened to your boy. But because I was prepared for that first time, I'm always ready with it, and I always got to stay loose. And then I guess so that, and then working with Jennifer Lopez, that was probably a big shocker, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that clip. I was like, "That's J-Lo." Focus.
Yeah, I don't get starstruck.
Right.
I don't get starstruck, but J-Lo is a whole. She's in a galaxy of all of her own.
Yes,
and she was so sweet. And I worked with her for 6 hours. Like, she's like, "Hey, I'm Jenny." Like, I'm like dying inside when she's like introducing herself to me. She's like, "Hey, I'm Jenny." Like, "Oh, very nice to meet you." And I'm just like, "That's my name, I think." She shook my hand. She was just so sweet and nice. And so one of the things that happened on one take before, so I spent like 6 hours with her, and she kept trying to like talk and make me laugh, and I just was like, I mean, you know, I'm like, damn, if I only had the game I had today, you know, it might be better. So, I guess the confidence that I had today. But on one of the takes, man, and this is where I can't believe it happened. I'm getting up into that little, I get up into the ambulance, and my pants ripped from my like crotch down through my like butt area down to my leg, right in front of Jennifer Lopez, and like. My ears can turn red, but if my face could turn red or blue or whatever, it would have happened in that moment.
Right.
So, but yeah, so that's probably like my most like experience. It was awesome meeting Tom Cruise. He was nice as nice could be. Yeah. He's like he's the greatest funny actor of all time. You know? He was one of the genes. But he's just a phenomenal actor, and that was just like always a childhood dream to meet him.
Yeah, man, those stories. I'm sorry. Go back. Meeting all those people, I know, like it's like you say, you're just focused.
Yeah,
you're just trying to like. But at the same time, I know on the inside, you're like, I'm freaking working with these people now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it's definitely like I've had to pinch myself because it takes me back to being that kid in Virginia who in the fifth grade is not doing the greatest in school because I'm daydreaming about wanting to be an actor in Los Angeles. Right. And so that's like that's why I pinch myself because I'm like, who would have thought this could happen to somebody like me? You know, that where I could get to that level. And hopefully, original goal of mine was to inspire, you know, kids, my family, and my friends, you know, from the East. People look like me. That, hey, you can go do this. Like, it's hard. When I went out to LA, I didn't know a soul out there. I didn't have a single friend. I didn't have a single family member. I was 2,600 miles away from the nearest family, and I didn't know anybody in the industry. And for God, but I trusted in God and my faith, and I had this book I read all the time, this religious book I read all the time. But I knew I could do it.
Right.
That I was capable of doing. I just didn't know how long it was going to take. And yeah.
Now, sorry to
you're good.
Cut you off. But you know, when you meeting all those celebrities and being in that position, and doing the auditions and doing the work. For the ones that's just starting out, actors that go through the auditions, do the self-tapes and everything, what is your advice to them when it comes down to keeping your composure, staying patient, breathing through your lines, and like not to be so nervous? Because sometimes you can talk yourself out of something, and if it's not here, then it's not going to portray out, and then you're not going to get the role.
Yeah, first off, you hit the nail right on the head. And I will say this: I'm human. I still get nervous.
Right.
But you know what? When I played football, I got nervous all the time too. But basically, I get nervous all the time too but I knew I had the capability within me.
Okay.
I just had to push those nerves out, and for a lot of times, for me, that would be like I'll either have to go off to myself or I'd have to sometimes psych myself up for it. But just like in football, you know, we do, or if you guys play whatever sport you play, you're practicing for the big game. As I said, I'd be nervous before games because I'm an athlete, I am able to translate that right into acting easily. Like that's able to translate easily over to acting. But I know that I'm prepared. Nerves are going to happen, but for the minute, like whenever that whistle blows, when you get that first hit, that first shot, you know it's good. Like those kind of get out. So I say be prepared as possible. Right. You know, be prepared for every single scenario. Like auditions, as I said, I went to LA, which at the time like was that's a different beast all in itself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I would practice my lines, practice them. I mean, I run them so many times, it's almost ridiculous. And as long as you prepare with that, that's one thing. Along those lines where I would deal with actors that would try to purposely mess me up and psychologically get in my head at auditions. Whether that's standing in front of me, looking down at me, whatever. I'm like, dude, I played football. The thing is, you understand, like, if I get pissed off, I play better. So if you're trying to get in my head, all you're doing is actually helping me out and hurting yourself in the process, but you're also showing me your insecurities.
You're like the Hulk.
So yeah, exactly,
right?
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't
Don't
like
make
me angry. Yeah. So, but just being prepared as possible. I think you're gonna, as I said, I still get nervous. My heart is going a mile a minute before I walk into an audition. There's nothing I can do to change it. But the one thing that I've noticed, even on set, which is a different beast, is the fact that just as long as I have that dialogue, you're going to lose your spot. Here's one tip I would tell everybody. You're going to lose your spot. It happens all the time. If I lose, I'm not always word perfect, but I am pretty, because I'm a perfectionist, I am pretty perfect, like close to word. Actually, I probably am every time. But if I miss something, because it does happen where I do miss something, I don't hold up on the fact, I missed that word. I make sure that I stay in my performance and that I keep that performance as close as possible to the thing. As long as I keep the performance, as long as it's, I might say, because someone told me one time that an actor, I might say, because I'm from or I might say, what separates the actor from the character is the word that you might use. So where you might say that lines might be you guys, right?
Right.
Because I grew up in the South, I might say y'all.
Right.
So it's like not tripping over stuff like that, or like as long as you keep it close enough in context, that's one thing I think. And hopefully that has answered that question. I'm trying to give as much advice as I can. And then knowing that the casting director is your friend, man. The casting director, the casting associate is your friend. I'm just a friendly person to everybody. I treat the janitor with the same level of respect that I treat the CEO. We're all the same. We're all God's children. So I don't, I think maybe sometimes I'm a little bit too chill when it comes to people, but it just kind of like, it doesn't matter to me. I've been in the room with millionaires and it has been, whatever. Like, you're the same as me. Only difference is you have more money than I do at this moment. But that's going to change.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so hopefully that answered that question.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So now, as far as let's take let's Power Book 2. I'll be remiss if I did not ask, being such a fan. What is there anything you can tell us about your experience on set on Power Book 2?
Yeah, I want to try. Yeah, man. Thank you for everything I say. It has been one of the. I can go into a little bit of it. First off, the costume was dope. Like when the moment I went to costumes, I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. This like Power. If you guys watch the show, all those outfits are on point. There's not a single. I mean, like high end.
Bad,
yeah, dude. Like everything. Yeah. So like. When I went to the wardrobe fitting, I had no idea what I was going to be wearing. And then when she showed me, I'm like, you got to be kidding me because this is freaking awesome.
I'm going home with this.
I would like to. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, like it. My mom went out and bought me a jacket like it because she saw how I looked in the jacket, how much I love that jacket. I mean, that jacket for me when I get in when I put on the costume and all that, I switch over, man. Like I completely switch over into that thing. For some reason, it does it for me. Like because I play a lot of action roles. Dude, when I put on that bulletproof vest, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. Like I'm chill like this one. You guys, but I can switch at a dime, and that's probably I think another thing that the casting community really likes about me is the fact that they get to see me like you guys are seeing me right now. But when I act, it's like it's the fact that I can switch over so easily into that character. A lot of them are like tough characters. So the fact that I can do that transition, I think to them it kind of takes them back a bit. It takes them back in a good way. Like, man, this guy, this is who he is right here. Here's this character that he's playing. This complete opposite of, not the complete opposite of who I am, but what I do it is I put myself, and this is another acting tip. I put myself into what I would be like in that if I were that person in that world.
Right.
So like because I'm such a chill guy, if I was a cop. Well, you guys get to see what kind of cop I would be because if you guys watch Blue Bloods, that's the kind of cop I would actually be in real life. And the one thing I love about Blue Bloods too is the fact that, like, you see, I'm not sure if you guys watch any of the episodes that I've done, but my character is super, like, my character's like, it would be like me, literally be me if I was a cop. Like, it's, the character's chill. He is always trying to help people. And, like, there was a situation where these kids were in trouble, and you got to see me switch over into the whole, like, I'm not messing around now. Like, now it's like, hey, yo, dude. And I mean, the outfit is awesome. The show, getting the people, like, you're working in New York City, man. This is one of the biggest. Law and Order, SVU, and Power are the two biggest shows in New York. In fact, they're probably two of the biggest shows in the world. And, like, it's being part of this universe, like, because I've been watching since day one, and now that I'm in this world, like, it's absolutely amazing. And the things that I've shot are just, I'm like, man, I know this is going to change my career. Like, I know that God has beyond blessed me, and I know it's going to change my career. Funny thing is, I was giving my team a hype speech. I was like, hey guys, like, look, lots going on right now. Like, I have a good feeling about what's been going on, and I was just giving a hype speech because I'm a very hype person, if you can't tell, and I believe in the team. So I was just giving a speech to hype them up. These are my agents I'm talking about now. Yeah. I'm sitting there giving them a hype speech. I had no idea. I had no idea that I was pinned for power because I missed the email. Mm-hmm. So I've been pinned for power for like 2 weeks or maybe even 3 weeks, and I never saw it. Just never saw it at all. And I'm sitting there giving this hype speech about, like, guys, look, man, like, I have a really good feeling about this year. And, like, literally, I send out the speech, I send out the email, and, like, literally, like, 30 minutes later, if that, maybe even 20 minutes, they're like, hey, Brandon, you actually booked power. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, yo, hell yeah. I yelled. My mom heard me scream down the hallway because I was visiting my mom. My mom heard me scream down that hallway. She knew what was going on. But she's like, it must be something good. Either that or, because mom's kind of in the hood. But she's like, it'd be one of two things. It was just a blessing to hear. And, like, when I saw everything with it, it was just awesome. It's going to be awesome, fellas. And I'll tell you this much. They told me that it's going to be in the trailer. What I did is going to be in the trailer. And I was like, because it's badass. It is badass.
Yes.
Yeah, your boy ate that up, man. Like, your boy ate it up. Like, for them to be like, yo, like, just, they were talking about it for like a week. It's going to be good.
Happy for you.
Thank you, man. I thank God. We're all going to get opportunities. When you guys are on there, too, you'll be like, yo, I mean, my boy B was on there, and I'll see you guys on there.
We're going to work together soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Amen.
Yep. It's time to get that Stars app back again, guys.
Wait, what's the Stars app? I actually don't know what the Stars app is.
You canceled it after Power. It was over with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me a second. I got it. I got it now. Yeah, it took me a second. Yeah, I had to re-download it too. But yeah.
I mean, you're on it, so you got.
Yeah, but I had to re-download it. I had to save some money for the holidays. I'm not rich at all, so I.
Hey. I said that $9.99. We're gonna save that.
Yeah, exactly. That can go to something else.
Oh man, hell yeah, man. So, you're booking all these roles and everything, and it's amazing. So, I'm just happy for you. I love seeing it because we all know as actors how hard it is. You got to scratch and claw and get something. Mm-hmm. And so, what is that role that you haven't done yet that you would love to do?
Marvel. Marvel will be the thing. And I think what I am allowed to say is I'm getting super close. Super close. Like, as in, like, any day now, I feel like they're going to say, hey, like, you got this. I'm on my 19th. I can mention this. I'm on my 19th callback for Marvel movies and TV shows. And I'm getting really close. Like, I mean, they have 19 callbacks or something. And, I've read for everything. Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, both of them, Guardians of the Galaxy. Every movie that has come out since, I want to say Thor Ragnarok or Black Panther, I've read for, Marvel-wise. And Daredevil, all the Netflix Punisher, I read for everything. But, like, they've been calling me back a lot for movies currently.
Yeah.
And I think I'm getting so close. So, like, Marvel is that one thing. And honestly, man, since I'm kind of like on this, like, I wouldn't mind playing a villain. And here's the reason why. I feel like heroes are always cool. Don't get me wrong. Heroes are always cool. But if you can be that villain, like, I got to give it to him. Michael B. Jordan killed it as Killmonger.
Yeah.
Like, his character was making sense. I'm like, yo, his character's making a lot of sense. and here's the deal. If you guys don't realize it, because I'm not sure how many people, I like to talk movies and all. If you don't realize it, Black Panther was on the same path that Killmonger was in Civil War. They had the exact same story because he's on a path of revenge because he thought Bucky killed his father, and he is stopping at nothing and getting tearing up everybody that gets in his way. Him and Killmonger, and then he changed at the end. Yeah, when he didn't kill Zemo, or whatever, he's like, this is corrupted everybody else, and I can let it corrupt me. That was the difference between him and Killmonger, where at the end Killmonger couldn't switch back over. Yeah. So that's why I was like, they're the exact same, and I thought that was cool. I'm not sure they did it on purpose or not, but if you pay attention to both those movies, both those characters had the exact same pathway. The only difference was Killmonger couldn't work his way out of, even though he was making plenty of sense. He couldn't make his way out at the end and get past that anger, which T'Challa was angry, getting revenge the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Right. He had the right people around him to bring him back down to Earth. It was a beautiful character. It was a beautiful story. Beautiful.
It really was.
Yeah.
So the play of I play anything, but the play of villain would be pretty dope. I think that'd be cool because you always need that guy who can, if you think Batman, there's Joker, right? Superman, I guess you could say Lex Luthor or whatever, but Doomsday. You gotta have that character that I think that can have the opportunity to steal the show, or that people like just as much, even though you're supposed to hate that character.
Right. Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do now. Back in the day, it was just clear cut, dry. He's the villain. Leave it alone. Yeah. That's it. It was all about the hero. But it's like now they want to know the backstory about the villain. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. These villains do have a point. They got a point.
Thanos was right.
Thanos had a point.
Yeah, he did.
Thanos had a point. Killmonger had a point. The Joker was fed up. He had a bad day, and it just went there. So.
Yeah, no, you're right, and so and that's excellent writing. That's absolutely excellent writing. And then I think TV shows anything, but movie wise, that's probably what I like. That or something, or play Jon Stewart in DC. Right. That would be cool because I actually met Nicolas Cage, who was, I think, is a phenomenal actor. He's one of my favorite actors ever. From Face Off, and Con Air, and The Rock. All three of those are just bangers. I met him, and I had my Green Lantern shirt on in L.A., and he's like, you should play the Green Lantern. And I was like, no way. I'm like, oh, my gosh. He's telling me I should play the Green Lantern. He's a big superhero fan, so that would be probably the other character. Or whatever I can get. I'll take whatever God to get me, but,
Right? Blessings, man.
Yeah.
So, a few more questions, and we get you out of here. So,
okay.
Well, you kind of already answered. Well, I still do want to know this. You kind of did answer this question about, Book and Power and, Marvel and everything. But how was it to meet Betty White, man?
Oh, man, dude, I love me some Betty, right? So, all right, first off, it was amazing to meet Betty. Mm-hmm. When I found out about the audition, I didn't know it was going to be for Betty White. I just knew it was going to be a dancing. I knew it was going to be a dancing thing. I could dance. I can dance really well. And I knew that, actually, I've never been so confident going into an audition in my lifetime. I actually said, and I actually have it on, I recorded it at the time. Yeah. I was like, dude, there's not anybody that can beat me in Los Angeles at that. No one can. Yeah. That's going to walk into this audition. If they show up to this audition today, they're going to lose. And literally, I went in there. I even wore a 3-piece suit for it, went into the audition. When I danced for it, and those guys were like, that was the best damn thing we've seen all day. I wasn't playing around. I pulled out all the stops. Yeah. And I'm talking about I was in a 3-piece, and I went all the way down. It was for these two guy cast directors, and for them to tell me that it was that great, I don't know it was good. I just walked out, and then I went to go film a TV series called Cold Black, and my agent called me up laughing, and I'm like, funny. She's like, Brandon, you booked it. I'm like, booked what? She's like, you booked, because sometimes I forget, you don't always find out. I'm like, she's like, you booked what? She's like, you booked, you booked, Hungry. And she's like, do you know who you're dancing for? I'm like, no. She's like, Betty White. I was like, Golden Girl? she's like, yeah. And so, the whole entire day, everybody from the studio was there. It was a live audience of 60 or 70 people. Everybody from the studio was there. When I met her, she was the biggest sweetheart ever. And one of the things she told me, even though she might have been lying, was she told me that was the best day of work she ever had after I danced for her. And she gave me the biggest hug. And just for me, Betty White, who is a legend, who has done a lot for a lot of people. And for her, as a young up-and-coming actor, for her to tell me those words meant the world to me. It gave me like the confidence that I probably have today. Actually, that role in her saying that did give me the confidence that I have today with other parts because of her giving me that advice. And her just that moment changed my career path. It changed my life. And it changed me how I approach like situations. Like that helped me to get over like nerves. And here's the funny part. Most of the people that have hired me, none of them have ever seen that Betty White scene, which is crazy to me. Like, like no one knows that I've like stripped for Betty White. It's surprising. Yeah, every casting director who's ever hired me and all that kind of stuff, not a single one of them knows, that I'm aware of, knows that I, have stripped for Betty White.
Dude, it's funny because, the initial question was going to be besides you. My question was going to be besides you dancing in front of the late great Betty White, what has been your best achievement to date? But you was telling us so much about the other things you've done.
Oh man, you know what? God is blessed, man. And my best achievement to date. So for me is I told you guys I went to LA because LA is the hardest market.
Right.
My heart has always been in New York. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. My heart's always been in New York. That's why when I moved to New York in the summer of 2017 to pursue my career, because I'm like, hey man, I think I had like 21 credits at the time, I believe, from Los Angeles, Miami, and Atlanta. And I was like, these cast directors don't know. And there's a book I read called The Dream Giver that has this character that goes through a whole bunch of stuff. And like the land of the giants in this book is the place where New York was for me. And so for me to make it in New York was my ultimate achievement because I was thankful for LA, all of that. But New York, if I'm an actor that has worked both in LA and New York, that puts me into a category of its own, I guess, of people that have worked on both sides. But as I said, I've been blessed at the time to have worked in Los Angeles, Miami, Atlanta at the time. So New York was that. So when I booked Blue Bloods, because Blue Bloods was the first show that I read for, it was the first show I auditioned for, that just changed my life. And it's actually an audition that I got on my own. Because the casting director had seen me at an open mic night, and the casting director called my agent and was like, "Hey, we want to see Brandon in the office on Monday." And my agent, which I think was probably shocked, my agent because they didn't get me that audition. I got that myself. Yeah. Just like my agent in LA didn't get me Criminal Minds, I got that myself because the casting director had seen me at an open mic night. So I'm thankful for my teams, but it's like I'm the one that got Criminal Minds, and I'm the one that got Blue Bloods because those people saw, because I took the effort to perform at an open mic night, put myself out there. Yeah. They happened to be in the audience, and they thought I was good enough to, hey, we're going to call you in and read you for this role. So, for me, New York was like Criminal Minds and Blue Bloods were the two that were life changing for me, I guess. And I had to say 24 Legacy as well because my parents. When my dad was alive, we don't have the means to fly out to LA like that, or they don't have the means to fly out to LA like that. So I had to work my butt off to get home. And I got to Miami first, but my mom couldn't come down because she had something going on. So I got my black self to Atlanta. Yeah. And the level of difficulty to do that is, you guys are in the business, but the level of difficulty to do that and get there. And my first call was to my mom. Hey, Mom, I'm going to come down here and work. Deal with me. She was there with me for 3 months. We stayed in hotels, all kind of stuff that they took care of. But I had worked, by God's good grace, I had worked hard enough to get that my mom was able to come to set. And then my dad could have too if he wanted to, but just my mom came, and I had that on video as well. So for me, those three are all just things that just kind of did it for me. Yeah.
Man, that's a beautiful story, man. Thank you for sharing that with us, dude.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Sorry I'm a little long-winded.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
No, that's cool, man.
That's the purpose of the platform is we spotlighting you. So we want you to get your shot.
Yes, all right. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, with that being said, man, that's any advice you want to give to viewers out there before we wrap?
It's a marathon, not a race, which is it takes a while, man. You got to be in it for, you got to dedicate your life. That's what I kind of say. Also, Kobe Bryant, which I don't want to butcher his speech, but he said it's the journey, not the destination. I think about that Kobe Bryant quote at his Hall of Fame thing, at his Hall of Fame speech, that it's the destination, or it's a journey, not the destination. Meaning all the things that go along the path to get to you where you're ultimately going to end up. That's the dream. It's not the, I made it now. It's the going in between, because that to me is the most important. And then keep God first, man. I could not accomplish what I've accomplished without God. I'm grateful for, both my parents, I said my dad, rest his soul, who sacrificed so much for me. I mean, they were taking me to the airport at 2:00 in the morning, man, 2:00, 3:00, 4:00, 1:00 in the morning, take me to the airport so I could go to auditions, because I was flying to auditions across the United States. For them doing that, the sacrifices they made, when our lights got cut off and stuff, we never went without a meal. And they made the ultimate sacrifice for me and my brother. So the least I can do is go the hell out for them, which is what I am doing. So that's it, man. Yeah, that's my speech. Don't get me hyping here about to have church.
Man, thank you so much for sharing all
guys,
that,
man.
Dude, that was dope,
Mike,
man.
Chris, you guys are awesome, man. Yeah, definitely stay in touch for sure. And I'm always down to chat up with you guys, whatever.
Oh hell yeah, we most definitely gotta get you come on again, man.
Yeah, man, definitely. And then I think I hit everything. I think.
Yeah. Hey, if you didn't, we'll bring you back on again. Like I said,
well, absolutely. But you know what else?
Yeah.
You guys on set.
Yeah, we're gonna see you at work.
You see it work.
Absolutely. All right, fellas, be blessed, man.